Welcome to the Beyond 6 Seconds podcast. I'm your host, Carolyn Keel, and on today's episode, I'm speaking with Ava N. Simmons, also known as Ava the S.T.E.M princess. Ava is a 12-year-old S.T.E.M ambassador, entrepreneur, toy designer, author, and the creator of educational toy brand Team Genius Squad. Diagnosed with dyslexia and dysgraphia in 2021, Ava used S.T.E.M and entrepreneurial activities to help overcome her academic challenges and build her confidence. To share her learning journey and encourage others, Ava creates engaging S.T.E.M-based educational videos, authors S.T.E.M books, conducts peer-to-peer S.T.E.M activities in the community, and develops S.T.E.M toys for children ages 5 through 13, including children who are neurodivergent or in underserved areas. She's conducted thousands of peer-to-peer S.T.E.M experiments with children in the community. Over 700,000 households have viewed her educational videos. She's authored 3 books and developed 15 branded S.T.E.M educational toys. Additionally, she is the host of the PBS Kids channel show, Minifab Science Lab, and her S.T.E.M and S.T.E.A.M kits are featured in the Scholastic catalog. Ava, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm really excited to talk with you. You have done such amazing work in S.T.E.M and S.T.E.A.M in a relatively short amount of time, and I'm just so excited to learn more about your story and how you came to be Ava the S.T.E.M princess. So to start out, maybe to go a little bit back to the beginning, before you were Ava the S.T.E.M princess, like what has school been like for you as a student with dyslexia and dysgraphia?
Well, I feel like I don't really see my dyslexia and dysgraphia as a challenge. I see it more as a gift because I see things differently than everybody else, and it helps me come up with amazing things that I can use to help other people. And before I went to public school, now I go to a school for especially kids that are neurodivergent or have dyslexia or dysgraphia, and they really helped me because they taught me ways I can use so I can find out how to decode the words instead of having to struggle with them. So I feel like as a student having dyslexia and dysgraphia, it's really been good for me. It hasn't been that hard.
That's great. And it sounds like it's really important to have teachers and methods that work with the way that you learn so that you can really succeed and thrive in school.
Yes.
Very cool. And so how did you initially become interested in STEM subjects? And just to let people know, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
I really became interested when I was 2 years old when I had got my first ever Dr. McStuffins, you know, the little show Dr. McStuffins.
Mm-hmm.
I got my very first role playing kit and I started doing a lot of things. I pretended to be like a surgeon and I checked my dad's blood pressure. Trust me, he was okay. And I did like little surgeries on my baby dolls. And before I knew fully, I was more into like being a doctor and wanting to be a surgeon to help other people. And then as I got older, like when I was 10 and 8, I really started learning what science, technology, engineering, art, and math really meant, like STEM and STEAM. So now I do not just only like helping people medically and trying to be a doctor and surgeon, I want to do all of it, like all fields of STEM.
Wow. So you really had an interest very early on in life. That's really cool. You've done like a lot of household experiments and things like that. Was that something that you started doing more of during the pandemic, videos and stuff?
Yes, the first ever video I did when I first started, because we first started on YouTube,
Mhm.
it was a video where I made hand sanitizer for my grandma and she loved it. I
Wow.
made 2 bottles of it. And because it was the pandemic, that was my first ever video I ever did.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's really cool. I'd love to learn more about Team Genius Squad. How does it help encourage kids to learn more about STEM?
Well, Team Genius Squad is the educational STEAM toy brand. And basically, we use our STEAM toy kits and we use those in the community to help kids understand more what STEM and STEAM means and how it is used in our day to day lives. Because you could be just baking in your kitchen, making the most delicious thing ever, like some cookies. Oh, that sounds good right now.
Mhm.
And you could actually be doing science, mixing things together, making new things.
Yeah, it's amazing. Science is really in everything. Like we don't even think about it, but it's in things like cooking and, basically anything that we do.
Yes, anything.
Yeah, wow. And so you also have a lot of STEM and STEAM related products and toys and other educational things that you sell through the Team Genius Squad store. Like, how do you get the ideas for what to sell?
really how I get my ideas is from the toy store. So I'll walk into a store and I'll see a kit and I'll be like, why not make this fun and easier, making sure it takes less time and it's more fun and you get a reward at the end. So my kits, like, I have this one kit where you can make your own solar fan and then you can put it in the sun. And because solar energy is really good now, you can do that. It's like a little kit and it takes only 5 minutes to do, and then you get a reward. You get a little badge, a certified genius badge, and you get a bracelet.
That's awesome. That is nice because, it's a learning experience, but at the same time, you get the reward, one, of building something that works and is cool, and two, of the bracelet and the badging. That's really awesome.
Thank you.
Very cool. And you also started recently hosting your own PBS Kids channel show called Minifab Science Lab. I got to watch a couple episodes of that, and it's really, really cool and really fun. How did you get the idea for it? Where did that come from?
Well, the show is called the Mini Fab Science Lab. So it's like it shows us that things we do in our daily life is STEM and science. So it's like it's STEM and STEAM. And what the show basically is me and five of my best friends, we do different STEM experiments and we show how STEM and STEAM is used in our daily lives. And the whole meaning of the show is that even though we're little, we can ask big questions and we can figure them out. So that's the main thing we always say. We can ask big questions, we can figure them out. And we get people from the real world, like people who work in engineering or real scientists, to tell us more about it. Like we did one episode where me and my friend Cahol, we made slime. And we got a real life scientist to tell us all about polymers and how polymers is used in anything, like our shoes and making new fabrics and materials.
That's really awesome. Yeah, I think a lot of kids really love making slime. So that additional understanding of here's how you make it and here's the science behind it and calling in experts, that's really, really fun. It's on the PBS Kids channel. How did PBS North Carolina get involved with the idea for your show?
Well, what happened was actually they reached out to us because one year they were doing like a STEM STEAM theme for their tour and they reached out to us. And when I first came, they welcomed me with open arms, and Miss Jewel, she felt like an auntie to me, and it was so nice to meet people that it was just something new for me. So I started going on tour with them every year, and then finally I got a show and we decided to call it the Mini Fab Science Lab. And it was so much fun to do. I had so much fun. And the background scenes, I got so many pictures. I had so much fun. I even got a picture with Big Bird. Now that was fun.
That's awesome.
Not the huge Big Bird, but like the little plushie. I got a picture. That was so much fun. Yeah.
That's really cool. And you mentioned that one of your episodes was making slime. How do
Yes.
you choose your experiments that you do on the episodes?
Well, these are experiments that I do on a regular basis.
Oh.
Like when I have events, the only experiment, like I do events at the Boys and Girls Club, the only experiments the kids ever ask for is slime. Like one time I came with a new experiment it was called, I think, giggle worms or something like that, where you would take a lemon and you would put baking soda on it, and it would make the same reaction as an acid base using vinegar, baking soda, and dish soap, but instead we could use a lemon and just baking soda and dish soap. And they were like, nah, this is not as fun as slime. Let's do slime.
Yeah, slime is really popular. That's very cool. What's your favorite part about making the show?
My favorite part was definitely doing the experiments. I had so much fun. And one of the episodes, it was all about pickles and like the acid in pickles, and I got to eat a pickle. Delicious.
That's cool. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of these experiments involve common household items. So it really is
Yeah.
something accessible for kids that is not hard for them to get the different ingredients or things to do to put together and do an experiment and learn at the same time. Very awesome. You've already accomplished so much in your life. Like, what other big goals do you want to accomplish in the near future?
Well, I want to reach all underserved areas in the world. That's what my main goal is. I want to reach all kids who can't just walk into a store and buy everything on the shelf. I really want to focus on being in all school systems. That's what I really want to focus on.
Yeah, just making science accessible and fun for kids everywhere. That's really
Yes.
important for learning. Awesome. Where can people watch episodes of Minifab Science Lab?
So it's on PBS Kids channel, and it's also on the PBS Kids channel for YouTube. So it's called Rudo PBS Kids channels, where you can find it, and then PBS Kids on their website. It's also where you can find it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll put links to that in the show notes so people can find that really easily from there. And, when it comes to Team Genius Squad, where can people learn more about that and the types of STEM-related and STEAM-related products that you offer there?
TeamGeniusSquad.com. And if you want to see any of my products, it's shop.teamgeniussquad.com.
Mm-hmm.
Always
Right.
got to remember those two. Always got to remember them.
And we'll put those in the show notes too. And I assume you're on social media as well.
Yeah.
Where would you like people to follow you? On which platforms, and where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, which is Team Genius Squad, YouTube, which is Team Genius Squad, and I changed the name. Instead of Ava the S.T.E.M Princess, it's now Ava the S.T.E.M Ambassador. I want to do something different. And then also LinkedIn, which is Team Genius Squad, and Facebook, which is Team Genius Squad, and TikTok, which is Team Genius Squad.
Wow.
Every platform at this point, every platform.
Right. You're pretty much everywhere. That's really awesome. Cool. So yeah, Ava, thank you for sharing about all of the great things that you're doing. What kind of words of encouragement would you have for kids who might be struggling in school? Like, how would you encourage them if they're struggling?
Never let your challenges define your success or future. Always chase your dreams and believe in yourself. And never stop pushing.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ava. It's been really great talking with you. And I'm really excited to see what you do in the future because you've already done so much amazing work up to this point.
Thank you.
And yeah, best of luck with the Minifab Science Lab and with everything else that you work on.
Thank you.